Hey y'all, and welcome back to my channel. So today we are going to be working on my bestie. She's going to be my model today, and let's go ahead and get into this tutorial. So I'm going to start off by wiping her face down with some witch hazel just to soak up any oil that she's released since she's been sitting and waiting. I'm going to start by brushing up her eyebrows. I'm going to be using the ColourPop Precision Pencil in the color Bangin' Brunette. And I'm just going to use light strokes to fill in her brows because we don't want them to be too dark. This pencil can get a little dark, so that's why you want to stroke lightly so that the brow doesn't come out too dark. Y'all, we was having such a good conversation. This tutorial took so long to do because we was playing around, but it came out so bomb. I can't wait for y'all to get to the end and see it. So now I'm going to start cleaning up her brows. At the bottom, I'm going to be using Warm Honey in the LA Girl Pro Concealer. And then at the top, I'm going to be using her foundation color. And as you can see, I'm taking my time on her brows because I want them to be sharp and I want them to be crisp and I want that line to be extra straight. And we're just going to drag that product down because that's going to act as not only a highlight for her brow bone, but also a primer for her eyeshadow. And we're just going to blend that product out. And so like I said, at the top, I'm going to be using her foundation color. And this just makes it so it's easier to blend out once I actually put her foundation on. I don't have to work extra hard to make anything mix or blend because I used her actual foundation color. And that is the MAC Studio Fix NC50. And one of her brows is thicker than the other one. And so that's why one may look thicker than the other one because one of her brows is actually thicker than the other one. But that's okay. As long as they are perfect, your brows are sisters and not twins. So that is perfectly okay. So now I'm going in with the Juvia's Place chocolate palette. I'm using the nude chocolate that is in there just to blend out her highlight and transition. So now I'm going to still be using that same palette, the Juvia's Place Chocolates palette, and I'm going to be using a chocolate brown. And I'm only using that on her outer corner and in her crease. And you want to make sure you blend till you can't blend no more because you want it to be perfect. You don't want any harsh lines. So next I'm just going to repeat the same thing on the next eye. And sorry y'all, I know I'm blocking right here, but I had to get in there and make sure I blended that out to perfection. So now I'm going to take that orange that is in the Juvia's Place Zulu palette, and I'm going to blend out that harsh line from the brown and also use that as a transition color as well. So now I'm going to start cutting her crease. I'm going to be using the blue eyeshadow base from P. Louise. Y'all, a little bit goes a long way with this stuff. You don't have to use too much because it is a very thick product. So it definitely gets the job done with just a little bit. And it is okay to take your time when you're cutting the crease because you want it to be perfect. All right, so now I'm going into the Fenty Beauty Shimmer palette by Rihanna, and I'm going in with that aqua blue color first. Now I'm going to transition to the cobalt blue. It's in that same palette. And y'all, I took my time on her eyes because I wanted this to come out perfect, blended, perfect, everything. So now I'm going back in with the aqua blue color just to try to get rid of some of those harsh lines. And I'm going to do the same thing with the cobalt blue. So now I'm just going to go in and blend out her edges to make sure that we don't see the line where we cut the preset. Do y'all see how pretty that's coming out? Oh my gosh, I just fell in love all over again. That is so pretty. All right, so next we're doing the same thing on the other eye. Blue is literally like one of my favorite colors to work with. It's so pretty. All right, so now I'm gonna go ahead and start putting on her foundation. She is NC50 in the MAC Studio Fix. And I'm just gonna apply it with the brush first, and then I'm gonna go in with my Real Techniques beauty sponge and blend it all out. All right, so I'm going to highlight her with the LA Girl Pro Conceal in Fawn. And I still kind of wanted to give her a natural glow. So that's why I didn't highlight her too bright, but she's a natural beauty anyway. So sis was gonna be snatched regardless, okay? And we're just gonna blend that out with the Real Techniques setting brush. And as you can see, I'm not wiping it off. I'm just pressing it into the skin because we don't want it to look blotchy or anything like that. We want it to look like it's supposed to be there. So we're just gonna press it into the skin. And we want to make sure we get rid of all of those harsh lines that are going to be created once you start blending it out. So next I'm going to go in and set her with the Sasha Buttercup setting powder, and I'm going to set her in all the areas that I highlighted. Sasha Buttercup has literally become one of my favorite setting powders to use. To me, it just makes the skin look so smooth. Alright, so now I'm going to contour her. I'm going to be using a cream contour, and I'm going to be using the LA Girl Pro Conceal in Deep Cocoa. And so I'm just going to take this Morphe brush and just blend all of that out. Let me tell y'all something. Sis was beat, okay? She was snatched. Wait till y'all get to that nose. Just wait. Just wait. Okay, so I'm setting her contour with the medium to dark Black Radiance contour palette. It just came out so pretty. Like, everything blended out perfectly. Look at this nose, y'all. Sis is snatched, okay? I'm so proud. So I'm going back in and smoothing her out. I'm using the same brush. I didn't add any extra product. And that's just with the setting powder. Alright, so now I'm going to go ahead and sculpt out her cheek. She has a pretty sculpted and structured face anyway. But this just made it look even more beautiful. And I'm just gonna dust that all off with my Glam by Sham brush. Alright, so now I'm going to make sure she is extra set, and I'm going to go in and add some MAC Mineralized setting powder in the color dark. And I'm only putting that in the areas that I highlighted. Alright, so now I'm going to go in and set her nose contour. And I'm using the same palette. It's going to be the medium to dark Black Radiance palette. And I'm going to go back in and set her forehead and her contour on her cheeks. Y'all know I always say this, we got to make sure our neck matches our foundation, okay? So now I'm going in with my e.l.f. blush palette, and I'm just going to add a little bit of blush to her. And now I'm going in with my Juvia's Place highlighter. Y'all, I love that stuff. Like, when I tell you a little bit goes a long way, and it gives you just the right amount of highlight. So I'm going in with the Matte Book palette. I'm just putting a little blue eyeshadow in her waterline. Alright, so now I'm going in and I'm going to line her lips with the MAC Chestnut pencil. Y'all, I use that pencil for everything. That's literally like my favorite lip pencil from MAC. Alright, so now I'm going in with the MAC lipstick in Yash, I believe that is. I just knew a nude look would look so pretty with this. Y'all look at my sister. She's so pretty. Oh my gosh. Alright, so shameless plug. So now I'm about to go in with some Glam Theory Cosmetics. This is a super pretty nude gloss that is from my new cosmetic line that will be launching soon. And this is in the color Go Bear. So I'm just spraying her with some MAC setting spray. It's the Fix Plus, the matte one. Y'all see her checking herself out? Look at her. Sis is beat, okay? Now I'm gonna go in with some MAC eyelash primer to put on her bottom lashes just so they could pop out more. And then I'm gonna go in with my Fenty Beauty mascara. And that is pretty much it for this tutorial, guys. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you want to see more tutorials like this. Leave me a comment below. I will leave everything in the description box for you. Till next time, bye.
Oh, this is so freaking gorgeous.